can feel confident all the way up until the point where you're done and he's gone.
You see it up there?
I ain't mad as hell. I ain't like that comment, bitch ass nigga.
USC.
It's up. I just don't see it. Matt, share the video with me through text message, bro. I wonder why that shit ain't popping up.
Here's another one. This is December 6th.
There. Thanks, Matt. Homecoming, bitch. Mid-season mayhem.
No problem, Pimpin. UCLA. Washington in the chat.
There you come.
How you drop the pick on the Hail Mary, nigga? You so ass. That's why you a fucking freshman.
Alright, man. Welcome to HitsStory, the motherfucking Mayhem. Season 5. Last time we was on this bitch, we had a nice little long episode that was a media day show with Ohio State's coach, Antonio Todd. We asked a lot of questions. He answered a lot of questions. He had a lot to talk about. It was a hell of a show, actually. It was one of our longest shows running to this date. Really good episode. But we're back. Mid-season mayhem. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff going on right now. And you know, when we get to the mid-season, as soon as we get to week 10, we start talking about awards race, Heisman race. Start talking about those guys that are in playoff contention. The CFP polls come up. The CFP bracket comes up. A lot of conversations, man. We do got Mad Max on this bitch to have a conversation with him as well. And if you are watching and you're in the comment section, type your team name in the comment section because you do know we do give out gifts for participation in the show. I would like to know who's watching, who's paying attention, who's part of the league. And right now, UCLA, welcome to the show. Washington, welcome to the show. Max on deck right now. We will have co-host King Falky coming on. Clemson in this bitch.
War Eagle.
Yep.
Skull Buffs.
Georgia
Oh,
Tech.
you. Fuck you, baby.
War Eagle in this bitch.
Skull Buffs.
Hey. Max,
Fuck
man.
you.
Last season season 4 was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Schedule-wise, games being played. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think season 5 is matching that same energy.
In its own ways, yeah.
And there's some motherfucking games down there. Falcon invite, please. It's some big time games down the stretch, man. Shit, we had the rise of some football programs, right? Recruiting is at an all time craziness right now, but I expect it around season 5. Some guys are going to better attain some players because of what they can go get in coaching abilities. Some guys are ahead of schedule, some guys are behind in a sense, and you can see it taking its course and how the recruiting is going right now. I can literally tell you who has what when it comes down to who's recruiting like a madman right now. And you can also see those that don't have all the stuff that you need to be able to really take your recruiting to the next level, and they just good recruiters. You can see that in full forward, right? I think guys are drawing the line in the sand. They understand where to go get their commits from. I love how pipelines are really playing a factor, and I love how guys decided where their pipelines are going to be and attacking that full force right now. I think this 2029 class is a quarterback heavy class. I think we got some future superstars on their way to college programs this season.
Mm-hmm.
Man, down the stretch, we start to think about the last couple of games of the regular season. You know, the Heisman and the awards show, especially they'll be in New York in a couple of weeks, Max. Right after the conference championship games, we will find out who gets the coveted award, Heisman award winner. I mean, it's been in North Carolina for a while. Looks like it's not going to be in the North Carolina hands this year. And we got a couple of guys that's on the docket for it. You want to win the Heisman, you got to win ball games, and you got to go crazy in stats right now. Joe Wyatt, this is his 3rd year. It feels like he's been in college football forever now, right? Like he's in year 3 right now. It looks like he's leading the votes right now, man. Coming off a loss, 42-28 in the rematch Oklahoma-Tennessee ball game. That was a must-win for you. It looked real suspect early on. I was in a dogfight. It seemed like you pulled away in that ball game. We'll talk about individual gameplay though, but in that game, Mr. Wyatt was held to probably a season low, and only retaining himself in the end zone one time in that ball game. He did have 8 catches for 151 yards and a touchdown. He is leveled out, and right now, off that loss, they still have him as the Heisman early favorite right now, with 101 catches on the year, 2,220 yards receiving, 24 receiving touchdowns, 6 drops, 667 yards after contact. Max, this guy has been a 2,000-yard receiver every year he's touched the field. Is this the number 1 receiver? Wait, is this the best receiver ever?
Yeah. As far as homecoming, yeah.
Joe Wyatt, as a true freshman, went 13 games, 109 catches, 2,800 yards, 39 touchdowns. He followed that season up with 29.08 on 125 catches, 35 touchdowns. And right now, with 3 games left in the regular season, he has 101 catches for 2,220 yards. So he's never had a season under 2,000 yards and under 20 touchdowns in his career. over his 3-year span at Tennessee. Now, year one, he didn't play with Faison Brandon, but then year two and year three, he's been playing with Faison Brandon, having a good quarterback wide receiver combo right now. The guy is outstanding right now. How about a newcomer? He stepped up last year as a freshman, and that's Jason Trainer from out there at TCU right now. He said, "Let me put my name in the hat, man." He's been having an outstanding year all year. Take a look at what he's done stat wise, right? Like, I don't care about right now. 1,192 yards. He did have 1,000 yards and 22 touchdowns last year. He averaged 83 yards a game. He's at 132 this year a game. 6 yards a carry, 23 rushing touchdowns. But we go game logs. He's reached 100 yards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times out of 10 games. He's been over 100 yards, and in those 6 games that he went over 100 yards, 2 of them was 200 yards. Max, Jason Trainer, man, seemingly came out of nowhere, right? He had a solid freshman year as a redshirt freshman, but then, like, what do you think that the Heisman voters see in this kid that has him number 2 in this race right now?
I would say, I guess, just, kind of that willpower, that do it all back. Seems like he can, like, literally do it all, not just, a running back a receiver dressed up as a running back. He seems like a very just thorough study of the game, all-purpose Marshall Faulk type feel. Looks like he's carrying for TCU on some Aston Genty Scatabo type level, though.
I like it.
Maybe
I
not
like
the
the
Scatabo
comparisons.
level yet, just because I think Scatabo's offense is this where they need to develop it to go second nature while he's still young. Get a receiving behind it, and they could start loading the box and things like that. Arizona State have receivers to be able to kill, or they could give it to Scatabo / Baby Boy. But right now he's got that Genty feel of a TCU feel and homecoming. That's kind of a lower team where he's making them relevant. Like, every week you look up TCU, you're doing it because of this guy. So,
and then you look at the lifespan of a running back in the NFL, right? And the way they look at running backs right now. If I'm Trainer, I'm coming back for a year. I think TCU could build around this kid, and I think they've been trying to build around this kid to try to turn this program around. And one thing I will say is the AD for TCU has been sticking with the head coach there, although he's been on a hot seat this season. But they are playing better football, I will say that right now. They got a huge game coming up against Colorado. They get that game in TC, right? They get that game at TCU. So we'll see how that plays out. If they could take that next step. But I did, want to bring up the fact that the AD spoke about it. Yes, sir. And that's a big game, right? Like, if they can, the AD said he expects his TCU head coach to win one of those games. Do you think if he doesn't win either one of those games, they'll be looking at a new head coach?
Potentially.
I do think a kid like Jason Trainer, who was openly asked about playing at TCU and how turning the program around, and he said he wants to be a part of that, but he won't be a part of that without their coach. Coach go, I go, pretty much is what he put out there, and I think it's a DJ Lagway situation, right, where DJ Lagway didn't want his head coach going anywhere, for he'll stay in the program, and they got to keep that coach around for another year. I think you'll see that with Trainer, though. But 652 receiving yards, close to 1,000 yards as a receiver and a rusher right now. We got a newcomer, right, who played some last year, didn't do a bad job in a loaded wide receiver room at Arizona State. One thing we can say about the Arizona State program, they keep receivers on deck and ready to go, right? But Brandon Murray comes in, speed demon, right? This kid was one of the fastest kids coming out of high school 2 years ago. He's a true sophomore, Max, playing really well. Last year, he only caught 29 catches for 720, 7 touchdowns as a true freshman. I mean, most true freshmen had numbers like that. You're looking at a guy that will come back as, look, this guy's going to be somebody you got to pay attention to and watch out. And he did not let us down with 58 catches right now in 9 games, 1878, 23 touchdowns on the season right now. He's averaging 209 yards a game as a receiver. In that receiver room, and he's not by himself, right? Like, they still got some guys that are NFL prone for sure. And he's doing a big job over there. But he did step up and become their number one, in my opinion. Where their quarterback, Dayton Raiola, is super comfortable with him, man. If they need a situation, they go to him. He can stretch the field deep, vertically. He can run any route. He's a real good route runner, savvy at what he does, and he's a speed burner. So Brandon Murray, man, think about this though, right? We haven't had this situation since Shador and Shiloh was at Colorado with Coach Prime. Bully Murray, the son of Bully Murray, Brandon Murray. He had a lot of conversations around, he only getting over there, Arizona State, he going there. How many other schools looked at him around the country? Well, this kid had 48 offers, so let's not act like we're not looking at a guy that's a guy, right? Like, but who wouldn't want to go play with their pops, right? And to me, I think he's earning, this is not daddy ball going on. This is a guy that is that guy, right? Like, you can't deny who I am, right? Like, I ain't on the field because my dad is the head coach. I'm on the field because my dad need me. One of those guys right now, man. And you look at individually what he did in individual games. You can go into a couple games, right? We'll come down at the bottom of the bracket right now. He opens up the season against Arkansas, 3 catches, 62 yards a catch for 2 touchdowns, right? Like, he's telling you what he is right there. Explosion, right? Arkansas, he come out and go fucking crazy with 62 yards a catch. He follows that up with 5 catches against LSU, 58.2, 4 touchdowns. Max, you're starting to see Tyreek Hill-ish, right? Like, this is crazy. Then against Tennessee, 8 catches for 185, 23.1 yards a catch, 4 receiving touchdowns in that ball game. He follows up Houston with a 224-yard game, comes back from Iowa State, 231, right? Texas Tech, 2 catches, 54 yards and a touchdown. That was the worst game he had. He still seen the end zone, but it's the first time you held him under 100 yards, right? And then he goes against TCU, 9 catches, 217, 24 yards to catch, 3 touchdowns. And then in the Colorado game, he lit the Colorado defense up. First 2 touchdowns of the day was him walking under bombs. 5 catches, 194, 38.8 yards to catch, 2 touchdowns. This kid is a demon. Like, if you want to say Tyreek Hill, you got to give it to him, right?
Yeah. And when he comes back next year, he takes the league by storm. Oh my God!
But see, that's what I love about homecoming, right? Because
flooding,
right? Wyatt gave us that feel after his freshman year, right? And you're like, oh my God! But then, like, Wyatt is 3 years in, and then right away we got another guy right around the corner in Brandon Murray. He will be the talk of the league next year at receiver, right?
He should come back he should come back no later, like farther than 3 on the Heisman for the next year, like for 2030. He should be no farther than 3.
Max, this guy had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 200+ yard games.
That's 1,000 right there.
He only had 1 game where he didn't score more than one touchdown. He only had 1 game where he was held in 1 touchdown.
Yeah, his touchdown to catch ratio is wild too. Yeah.
Like, I mean, demon. And there's some really good receivers that's going to be in college football and homecoming next season, going into season 6. But I don't think the conversation goes around nobody but Brandon Murray.
I could blindly say that Brandon Murray is going to be one of the best receivers, like blindly. I don't even know who will be next and transfers and all of that, but I can blindly say that this nigga will be one of the best receivers next year.
Holy shit. I mean, they numbers right now. I don't even know how he's third right now. Like, how you dropped the third.
I was just about to say the same thing, but...
Question real quick. Shout out to B. Murray, the player. He's a great receiver, but quick question. Anybody seen LSU? I heard for LSU?
Nah, I heard.
I'm asking for a friend. I haven't seen him in like the top 25 in a couple weeks.
If I gotta be frank, I heard they was on the motherfucking.
Y'all had him quietly in chat and conversations, just us talking and shit when we on headset together. Y'all, I mean, let's not act like niggas wasn't talking about. He was on a watch list. Not coaching anymore.
He was on the watch list. He's about to pack it in.
Yeah, he good now though. Like, he did have some shit going on, but he good now though. He's back full effect, ready to go.
He was big shit in the chat just a year ago. What happened?
not making the playoffs, and then fighting a tough schedule first 3 weeks of the football season getting in a situation.
Yeah, I mean, the rumor was that somebody caught the coach, motherfucking taking a stroll. Some
You was the man, homie. Let it
Oh
ride
my
out for a little
god!
bit. Let it ride out. You say you a gangster. Ain't pop shit. Niggas a wankster.
He done changed the whole
Hey.
energy of the show. I love
I
Hey.
it.
ain't even.
Oh
You
my
see, I ain't say a
god!
word. I ain't say a word yet
Hey.
until I heard what song it
Hey.
was,
Hold on.
dog.
Oh. Hey.
Talk about let it
Hey.
ride
Hold on.
out.
Let
You
it rock
got
out a
it.
little bit. Oh. Hey.
They changed the whole energy of the show.
Hey.
Damn! Oh my god!
Oh. It ain't dropped yet, huh? Oh. Where you at, man? Where let you at? Huh? Huh? Where let you? Where Deathwood Valley at, man? Oh, Albert! Fucking wankster, nigga. Never
Yeah.
popped the fucking grape, nigga. You ain't never been relevant. A wankster. Your team
Hey.
made you. If y'all lost to him, y'all trash. Hey, nigga,
Yeah.
little suicide watch, man. Oh, here you go. Damn, homie. High school, you was the man. Last year, the man, homie. The fuck happened to you? Where you at, man? Huh?
Yo. So I got two things to say here
Huh?
right now. Right, like
That
I
nigga's Wankster, man. Put
I
Wankster in
can't
front of his name.
I can't
Albert
say
Wankster
I can't
O'Neal.
say I can't say kick a nigga like down at all. I can't say that, right? Because I think it's justified for him with this energy because they did have a blow up that
And you
it's
don't
just he
decide when
ain't letting
somebody
it
talk
go.
their shit. You don't
Yeah, you
decide when
can.
somebody
Yeah,
talk their
and that's
shit.
where I
You
was ready to
don't.
go. You
Yeah,
can't decide when
yeah.
somebody talk their shit and all that. You got into it with him, and he's into it with you. And right now, you ain't in a good spot right now. You're not ranked in the top
But
25.
listen, man. That's like niggas shooting shots at, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't do it, man. You don't shoot upward, you shoot down. Like him shooting, come on, man. And then a year later, not even a year later, where is he at? Where he at? Where?
Man.
Where he at? Max, where he at? And where he at? No, we not gonna sugarcoat this shit. Where he at?
I saw him on the lake.
He ain't the only one that's gonna be motherfucking. Don't give it a little bit. He ain't
Nah,
the
I
only
saw.
one that's gonna be MIA.
I saw him on the Hell's Bog Memorial Bridge out there in
He ain't gonna be the
Mississippi.
only one. It's gonna be quick. Ant phone gonna be blowing up shortly. Don't worry about it. Don't
I
worry about
saw.
when. Listen,
I,
what I
s-
tell you. Niggas act cute when it's good,
I saw him out
but
the
remember,
Mississippi
what
River.
goes up must come down.
Mm,
That nigga a wankster, man. Hold on, hold on.
Unless, unless you
Let's run
Oklahoma,
it back.
you always up if you Oklahoma.
Woo! Woo! Nigga a fucking wankster, man. The
nigga,
fucking wankster, man.
yo, leave my
Albert
boy
Wankster
alone,
O'Neal,
man.
man. The fuck out of here. Don't you ever in your life disrespect me, man. Don't mention my name in this game shit. You heard? You ain't never beat me. You ain't never been close to beating me. You ain't never even been in the conversation of top 10 in the league. How dare you at me talking about I'm the same as you? You was about to commit suicide, game suicide. Sorry to all those people dealing with mental health. But you was about to commit game suicide and quit. In was it November? Ain't even Thanksgiving yet. And you talking about you
Buddy
done.
talking wild, rolling on the
You
floor,
done.
laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing,
Negro,
rolling on the floor,
please. Fucking
laughing.
wankster, nigga.
Face purple
I'm out.
crying,
I'm sorry.
face
I ain't mean to
purple
hijack
crying,
this show. I
face
had to get on
purple
and pop my
crying.
shit, man.
Yeah, man.
Albert Wankster O'Neal, nigga.
Oh
Man, leave
my
my boy
goodness.
alone, man. All right, man. Let's get back to this quick Heisman, right? So
Damn, homie.
the number four nigga, the number four nigga
Last
on
year you
here is
was the
Alex
man, homie.
Johnson Jr. Look, man, Max, this running back right here went over
Hey,
3,000
bro.
yards last year, bro. Like, I mean,
This the 400 carries nigga that this nigga was just getting this nigga the ball like
nah,
30
nah,
times.
nah. He didn't do that. He only had 278 carries to go to 3,300. He averaged 12 yards a carry
Oh my
last year,
god.
50 rushing touchdowns. I don't know how he didn't win the Heisman. Well, I know how he didn't win it, but And then look, he's about to be a 2,000-yard back before it's all said and done this year right now. So Arizona got here junior, redshirt junior right now. He got the opportunity to come back next year. This could be a really good football team next year.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh my
When you got
God.
two guys from the same team on your top, you know what I'm saying? This given that like Travis Shador type vibe as far as just having those, but dynamics because it's just really the run game and the passing game. So
Right. They affect how this offense is gonna go moving forward, right? Like
literally,
you literally know them two guys are them guys that you gotta motherfucker find a way to keep them in an umbrella. Hopefully you don't get wet because no diddy they get it done. How about Duke though? They hire a new head coach and they got a freshman running back named Amir Brown that's having a breakout year right now. On 206 carries, he got 1,304 yards, 17 rushing touchdowns. He averaged 6 yards a carry with 325. He's on the Heisman list right now, coming off of a 17 carry, 94-yard day, 1 touchdown running the ball, but he 2 receiving touchdowns in the North Carolina State game. They go your top 5 Heisman award race. Do you see these names staying here with the last 2 weeks of the football, or last 3 weeks for some? Do you see these names stand there? Or do you think there's a sleeper that can come into this race before they gotta walk across the stage?
I don't really know about into the race just because I don't know the stats that well, but I know why it's not going farther than one or two. And I could see Brandon Murray getting moved up into that 2 range, depending on 2 as well.
Let me share a place so you can see shit too. My bad.
You're straight.
I love it. Falky comes in with the energy. We know how this show. It ain't over yet. Let's go. All right. So that's the Heisman race right now, man. And when you got the Heisman race, then you start looking at what the award watch list looks like right now. And as far as the best player in the country right now, the Maxwell Award. This award is presented to the Player of the Year right now, Max. It's a deep list. It's some really good players on this list. I'm gonna be checking for a couple of things. Who has the potential to come back? Because I think we're seeing a lot more underclassmen going crazy than we are seeing upperclassmen, right? Joel Wyatt is a true junior. He's leading this award right now. Jason Trainer, Brandon Murray, Alex Jones, and Amir Brown. Your top 5 Heisman guys are top 5 when it comes down to the Maxwell Award. Oregon got the next 2 though. Jalen Lott as a redshirt sophomore, 98 catches, Max, 23 touchdowns, 1238. He had an explosive year last year. Let me ask you this though: 98 catches, 11 drops. Do you got a problem dropping the football?
Yep. That's
11
I
drops
don't.
is a high amount of drops, right?
It's a like noticeable amount.
What you think,
Like when
Paul?
usually when we see 100, we like to see like 7 or 8 because it kind of like. But once you get in the double digit, your catch to drop ratio is now essentially 9 to 1.
Right.
And essentially, yeah.
All right. So number 7 on the list right now, Damon Figures, 196 attempts, 1854. We got another back on his way to 2,000 yards, averaging 9 yards to carry, 26 rushing touchdowns, 96 receiving yards. Max, is Oregon quietly figuring it out over there as a program?
It seems as if a little bit. I don't know their record, but they figure out the scheme definitely, and the guys that they want or that best fit that scheme.
Some would say they started their season off with 2 of the toughest teams in the league with Alabama and Oklahoma back-to-back weeks. But since then, they've been playing really good football, right? I think they might have 3 losses on the year right now. We'll get into that when we look at the CFP and all that. But quiet as kept. I know they might have 1 loss in conference play right now. They're in the mix for the Big Ten championship game. I can tell you that. With 2 offensive players on the Maxwell Award race right now. Number 8 is Keyshawn Henderson, his second year for Colorado, 38-92, 47 touchdowns, 10 picks on the year. Kavion Bryant, his first year as a starter for Ohio State, 38-75, 31 touchdowns, 11 picks on the year, 350 on the ground. How about Jalen Cunningham? Now, you look at the stats, 23 catches, 615. Someone asked why he's there with just 2 touchdowns. But the guy got about 8 returns, kick returns or punt returns total when it comes down to this player. I think he's a special teams guy, and we haven't seen that since here's my +2. Who was a special teams guy that won the Heisman? Here's my +2. Type it in the comment section.
Percy Harvin.
And
Tavon Austin? No, he didn't win the
he
Heisman.
ain't win
Tavon
the
Austin didn't win the
Heisman.
Heisman.
Nope.
Neither did D'Anthony Thomas.
I know the
Peter
name, but I'm not
Ward.
gonna get it. I mean, I like it, but nope. That's not who I'm looking for.
Braxton Miller
Peter
didn't win
Ward
it.
didn't win the Heisman.
I was about to say Peter
got
Ward didn't win
he
it.
got caught in that clothes scandal where they was giving him free clothes and shit.
Braxton Miller didn't win it.
All right, so Jalen Cunningham got 3 returns on kick returns, 24 returns, 757. He averaged 32 yards of return and 3 touchdowns as a returner. And as a punt returner, he's averaging 14 yards of return, 2 touchdowns there. So we're looking at a guy with 5 return touchdowns right now, and I think that's the reason why he's up here in the when it comes down to Maxwell Award. I think is what he's done in special teams. Guys ain't gonna figure it out. He won the Heisman and he was
Desmond
a return.
Howard.
There you go.
Give it to me.
Devin Hester didn't win the Heisman.
I told niggas, yeah, Devin Hester. That's why I said Devin.
Michigan's
Howard.
Desmond Howard, the nigga that did the Heisman polls first. Desmond Howard. Good shit. You'll get a +2. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, running back, sophomore for Texas, Dale Labata. He's out here on the list as well. 12, 42, 17 rushing touchdowns. And the last guy is quarterback, Travis Burgess for North Carolina, bro. He played a hell of a game last night in that Clemson victory. To be able to win that game. That game was a hell of, man, I'm telling you right now, that Clemson North Carolina game was just as good as Arizona State and Colorado's game.
Shout out to Clemson.
That fucking game was off the hook. But Travis Burgess, I think, gives him the first quarterback that he got that's, not a pure runner, right? Like, you start to get some quarterback attributes when it comes down to physicals. He's in the first year as a starter right now, taking over for one of the best quarterbacks that ever walked through a college program, Newkirk. But now he's the guy right now. 6'6", 220, got that Cam Newton feel at 6'6", right? 220 pounds. But he's wilding right now. 4,299 yards passing, 44 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, 74 completion percentage, and he does have 344 yards on the ground. Maxwell Award. Doesn't really change much with the Walter Camp Award. It's the same guy, same name, so we're going to go right past that. And when it comes down to Cody of the Year right now, there's only 2 coaches that are user coaches that's in this race, and that's Manny Diaz for Duke and Deion Sanders for Colorado. All right, best quarterback award goes to right now. Not goes to, but like here go your top guys in this race right now. Kavion Bryant, 4,421 yards, 37 touchdowns. Again, Kavion Bryant gets the first start. He was the number 1 quarterback in the 2027 class, right? Like that guy, right?
Approved.
Mm-hmm. This is a guy that you literally build around and you can fuck around and get to where you're trying to get to with him. They had a really good quarterback in St. Clair last year, and they had him for a couple of years. I think Bryant can get them to where they're trying to go faster. I like his upside better. Same thing with Keyshawn Henderson for Colorado, Travis Burgess for North Carolina. How about Emeka Nix, Max? This guy is somebody you should be like really involved in, looking at his development and where he goes for Florida right now, man. He went to a complete RPO system, and he is shining in it right now. 3,669 yards, 37 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, 72 completion percentage. He was in a heavy battle for this kid. He almost went to Oklahoma and decided Florida. And do you think right now Florida is happy to have this guy as their quarterback as a redshirt sophomore?
They definitely are. They definitely are happy to have this guy.
I mean, sometimes you just land that quarterback, right, that fits your system. And he was this was a heavy sought after guy for Florida, for Coach Gator, because he knew, coming out of high school, they ran a really good RPO system in high school. And he was in his backyard, right? IMG Academy, Bradenton, Florida. My thing is this, sometimes you get that right quarterback, and I don't. Let me ask you this: he didn't go to Oklahoma. He decided to go to Florida. But do you think that's the reason why he went to Florida? It's because of what they do offensively?
I think it's staying familiar in the home setting, and then that too. I think that was a big part of him. um, going through there, and then he really played even his like true freshman year, where I think it was a little up in the air for Oklahoma on if there was going to be any chance for him to play as a true freshman.
Gotcha. He didn't burn his redshirt year, but he did get some burn last year for Florida. Number 6 is Faison Brandon. He's the senior quarterback on this list right now. Faison, when you got the type of receiver room they got, he is going to do something. 19 interceptions though, Max. 43 touchdowns, 64 completion percentage. Think turnovers are a problem for him?
Yeah, turnovers is the problem, not necessarily the completion percentage. I'm cool with 64. Turnovers is definitely a problem. It's just the style of play, though.
All right, another quarterback that's been playing a lot of football, and that's Peyton Faison for Auburn, right? This is a real life kid too, and he comes out of the 26 class. Look, the numbers ain't going to wow you. 2,810 yards as a throwing the ball in the air, right? 23 passing touchdowns, 68 completion percentage, 12 INTs, 457 on the ground. Another RPO system quarterback right now, and Faison has been playing for a long time. Act like he has 4 years of football right now. As a freshman, he got 273 yards. Sophomore, redshirt freshman, 736, 8 touchdowns, 6 picks. Last year, he went for 3,800, 33 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. And right now, he's on pace to get to that 3,000 yards as well. Let me ask you this. The success at Auburn is having, do you think it's because the patience they had with this quarterback? Like a guy that not just grew up in the system, he grew the system up.
100%.
97 overall, that quarterback right now.
I was about to say, literally a definition of homegrown in a sense.
Yes, sir. Zaire Ismaili, Louisville. We heard the coaches think, might be a move with this coach. He said if his coach go, he go as well. He got to sit behind somebody that was really good too, but 26 touchdowns, 13. My thing about this, right? 70%, 2,499 yards first year as a starter. Louisville record is hurting this quarterback right now. Do you put it on the new quarterback, or do you put it on, the team as a whole just underachieving?
A little bit of both. He's still 2-1. For every 2 touchdowns, it's 1 pick, 70%. I think the 90 for 410. I think the play style, you gotta treat this guy like a baby, a newborn in a sense. I think there could be a little bit more RPO here, a little bit more like basic offense, where you lean a little bit more on him running the football as a runner.
And it's not like they lacking weapons in Louisville. Was it schedule based, or you just think like something just didn't connect this season with them, right? Because we were talking about them winning the ACC last year, and this year, like the record, they just not having a good year. Can you put your hand on it? Can you give me a little bit more information on why they're struggling this year?
I would say just really no sense of direction right now in the organization. The schedule I do think was a little tough. And I think having those early thoughts maybe about moving and not being at Louisville anymore, I think those were earlier thoughts than what we're talking about right now. And this week 11, I think those thoughts were early. So I just think there was a lot of things that were going on that wasn't allowing the program to just be on the straight and narrow with a direction.
Coach Falk broke this story week 2. Coach Falk broke this story. You can all go check that his article out on DNA.com, where he broke the story that it was rumblings about the Louisville coach leaving and taking another job. I think the team heard the noise, and I think they probably tuned him out. They probably tuned out. They probably just didn't. I don't know, man. You know how it go. You're going to lose your coach. Uncertainty at that position. It can hurt you.
They said, fuck that nigga. They said, you go ahead and be out, man. Take your parachute and go ahead and be out, man. That's what we heard. That's what we reported.
And then you got the locker room divided right now, because you got some guys, if he leave, they trying to go with him. And some guys like, dang, he leaving us out here stranded to figure it out. We were a hot and popping program. What the fuck's going on? That's a tough situation though right now, man, because The story around, like, you got a quarterback on the Davey O'Brien's list, but I think the story around the program is more of a story than, this quarterback being on the list right now. And that's just unfortunate for the Louisville program right now. Let me ask y'all this: the 5 years that Coach Rob has been a Louisville coach, what would you say he did for that program?
Made him relevant.
He made him relevant. He had a playoff berth and a playoff win, which there's still some coaches out there that have neither. So it made him relevant for sure.
If he get the resources, I mean, what was the schools that was looking to poach him? I think it was more of a Houston thing, right? That's the conversation, or was it other programs looking for his service?
No, I believe really just Houston and Rumorville of South Carolina, but there's also Rumorville about some movement in the SEC in general. So it's a lot of things up in the air right now. As far as in the homecoming realm, there's some destinations that have some untapped potential. I think that you merge some hungry coaches with that, you could get some.
If you follow the Louisville content creators, they are killing Coach Rob right now, bro. Like, they are killing him. I'm talking about, like, I mean, look, man, just a year ago they were high on him. He was in the playoffs. You heard nothing but great talk about him and what he's doing for the Louisville program. And all of a sudden this year, there's nothing but negativity surrounding that. And I think the team as a whole is hearing the noise right now, and I think they're completely affected by it right now. How about Georgia Tech, though? Elahu Olokun, quarterback, in his second year, 3,728 yards, 42 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 68% max. He's a dual threat, but really not dual threat. I don't know if that's because he's taking sacks or what. We know rushing yards are slander when they come out of quarterbacks because, sacks count against their rushing yards. But, I mean, this guy won a big game, beat Alabama 2 times as a starter. And he's fighting his ass off right now to be able to, be in a conversation of ACC championship game. Like, but as a quarterback right now, like, I watched him in the Alabama game. I thought he showed poise and showed that he could get it done for this program. Like, and if there's anybody that is going to have the direct results of why Georgia Tech is playing really good football and has turned it around since they hired Coach Sain, it would be this quarterback. Would you disagree or agree with that statement?
Hold on, repeat the question again, beginning.
Him being a direct result of the turnaround for Georgia Tech. This quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. I think the move from Nebraska to there was, big talk of the land. I think now that he's there and they've seen what he has to offer in 2 years, because I'm not really counting the half season as he's in his second full season. I think that, they feel very promising about it. Alabama game wasn't a fluke. Recruiting is picking up a little bit. Some tough losses out there, but definitely some important wins. I think, Rome wasn't built in a day has to be the overall mentality.
Mm-hmm. I like where he's going. All right, Dayton Raiola. Transfer from Nebraska. Took the job from McKinley Smith Jr. and never looked back. 4,335 yards, 45 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. Is that because they're a gunslinger, or do you have some concerns about the INTs? This team like the sky up, so but you got some guys that throw the ball like a motherfucker, just like him, but don't have the interceptions like he got. So how do you feel about 45 touchdowns to 20 interceptions?
20 is a little, like, if we said 11 was a little aggressive, a little much for Faison, then yeah, 20 I would say he's still in that 2-to-1 ratio, and he's still winning a lot of games, but it definitely does seem a little aggressive.
Dayton Raiola. what's his legacy there, right? I mean, he's never going to outshine uh, Levitt because Levitt won a title. But I think in the 2 years that we've seen him play, he's been lights out for them. Is it me or do Georgia get a new quarterback every year, lose his quarterback to the portal, and then bring in another dog every year? Like this is, I mean, Xavier Gata. They call him little God body out there for Georgia right now. But you know, what's going on with Georgia, man? They don't get no national recognition no more. Like, is this program in the dumps for real? And is it time for a new coach over there for sure? I'm asking that to Coach Falk, not you, Max. I know your opinion. Is it time for Georgia to move on from their coach over there? They don't get no national football games. They're not talked about in a positive light. They really are underachieving in every aspect of a Georgia program right now. So does that AD give that coach another year? Now, granted, his buyout $79 million. His buyout $79 million.
I think Georgia buy him out.
I think they buy him out.
They got to, man. I think they buy him out.
Yeah, there's conversations around that. Like they buy him out right now because this is not Georgia standard at all. I mean, the quarterback, 32 touchdowns as a true freshman, 10 interceptions, 71 completion percentage. Again, might be the best true freshman quarterback in college football. But again, what do you know about him, Falk?
There's a lot of inconsistencies. He's a dog. I mean, he was a 5-star blue chip time. Like, he was the blue chip. Like, you can't even get that. Like, that's like you in a separate room of blue chips.
And they kept him home, Roswell, Georgia. Like, they literally kept this kid home with the promise of, we going to surround you with talent and we going to get ourselves back to Georgia football right now. And you just haven't seen it, man. I mean, is this another quarterback that hits the portal off of belief of what the coach telling them, and then shit don't go the way they expect it to? Not Clemson.
They're going to go right to Clemson. Clemson don't got no quarterback.
Yeah, they've been going to Alabama. Clemson bringing in two. I could see that too. Imagine that. Oh my God, this kid end up on Clemson roster. I'm done.
Clemson said, "Thank you,
man." Imagine that you bring in, if Clemson get him, and they got 2 5-stars coming in. You get the red shirt them 5-stars, don't gotta really play them, and then go and oh my God, come on! I hope I mean, if anything, I hope he stays in Georgia. For the most, at the worst, he stays in Georgia. And the new coach get to do something with him. Will Griffin, second year as a full-time starter. This guy held the likes of Julian Lewis on the bench. He had some pretty good transfers that came in with him. He left Florida a couple years ago, and right now 32 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions with a 78 completion percentage. 582 rushing yards as well. I know I said Travis Burgess was Cam Newton like, but 6'3", 235, and almost 1,000 yards. I mean, half a 1,000 right now on the ground, rushing 600. Again, I think we're sleeping on this Oregon football program right now, man. They got guys racing in awards and they winning ball games, Falk. So I know I asked Max, he couldn't really give me a true answer. Do you think Taste the God and this Oregon program is starting to figure things out?
GT will accept any Georgia players that want to stay in state. Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy.
All right. The Chuck Bednart Award. This is the best defensive player in college football right now. All right, so number 1 on the list is Joseph Petco, little big bro, right? Him and Damata Petco.
Real cooking fellas.
Yep. The defensive coordinator for Colorado is Damata Petco. They have both his boys came in the 2026 class. This is their last hoorah on their way out the door for Colorado. Petco with 17 sacks, 35 tackles for loss at D tackle, 25 tackles on the year right now. 2 forced fumbles. When you look at what he's done over his career for Colorado, the kid's been amazing. Nothing else but amazing. Him and his big bro, who's his little bro. You're looking at 12 sacks, 9 sacks in year 2, 18 and a half last year, 17 and a half right now. This is a first round for sure. And the production is there. He's been balling out big time right now. Now, can he stay on top of this award? Who knows when you got the number 1 safety from the 2026 class, 2027 class, and 2026 class, and Blaine Bradford. Yep, and Blaine Bradford right now, man. He was the number 1 safety in the class. And he balling out right now for the Ohio State Buckeyes. 7 interceptions, 9 passes deflected, 32 tackles, 1 sack on the year right now. Putting in work. Number 3 is Rodney Colton Jr. Uno. Balled out. First 5-star Colorado brought in the 2026 class. 31 tackles, 25 tackles for loss, 56 assisted, 5 sacks, and 10 games right now. Antoine Fournette, the elite safety for Arizona State. 7 interceptions on the year, 4 passes deflected, 32 tackles as well. They go Donnie Pasco, Damata Pecco Jr., 2 years straight led the entire national college football world was the led with sacks. I don't think he's there this year, and I don't think he'll lead the league in sacks this year. But 15 sacks, 27 tackles for losses, has him 5 on this list. Cameron New for Arizona State, left edge rusher, 14 sacks, the speed rusher with 29 tackles for loss, balling out. How about Dalvin Gilliam for Alabama? It ain't Bama if they ain't got guys on that defense doing some things. 25 tackles, 18 tackles for loss for him. Larry DeJean, right? His brother plays for the Philadelphia Eagles at corner, and he's out here putting in work at corner as well. 2 interceptions, 14 passes deflected right now. Rashad Johnson Jr., 2 picks, 13 deflections. He's a redshirt senior. Box specialist, 6'2", 206 pounds. Elite 5-star. And you're looking at T.I. Umaskas, one of the biggest D tackles in the league. And he's sitting up here with 7 sacks, 26 tackles for losses for Colorado, along with J.D. Condon, Tennessee, and then Maurice Mo Williams with 5 interceptions, 13 deflections, first-year starter. He's been in the program since his freshman year, and this is the first year he's been on the field as the number 2 corner, and he's producing big time right now. You know, the Bronco Award is the same award. Only thing changes is some spots, but it's the exact same names on here, so I'm not going to go through that, except for C.J. Gamble. We didn't see him. We didn't see James Proctor on this list. Let me make sure I got everybody. Everybody else is on this list, though. So let's go look at those stats for James Proctor. 14 sacks, 23 tackles for loss for the number 2 ranked team in the country, and Auburn Tigers. And C.J. Gamble, the Mike linebacker. Man, one thing I'll tell y'all, Alabama produced linebackers. Alabama produced everything, but the linebackers is always doing some shit. 21 tackles for loss, 33 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception from C.J. Gamble. All right, the Jim Thorpe Award. Blaine Bradford, safety, Ohio State. Antoine Fournette, safety, Arizona State. Larry DeJean, corner, Arizona State. Alabama's Rashad Johnson, strong safety. J.D. Condon for Tennessee. He got 7 interceptions on the year, 11 passes deflected as a safety. Cornerbacks, Maurice Mo Williams with 5 interceptions. And how about Amari Savage for Nebraska, putting in work this year with 6 picks, 11 deflected. Rashawn Winbush, free safety for the LSU Tigers, 4 interceptions, 3 passes deflected. KJ McClain, 6 interceptions, 5 deflected. Tennessee. Tristan Haynes, in his redshirt junior year, 4 interceptions, 5 deflected passes. Max, tell me a little bit about him before I go to Kyle Shelby and Gage Seitz.
Tristan Haynes, he just slowly gets more and more play time each year, and then, his junior year, he's full-time starter, slot, outside, whatever we ask him to do.
Is he the number 1 corner in this class coming up? In the NFL draft, will Mel Kiper say Tristan Haynes will be the first corner off the board?
I don't know if he'll be the first because, speed and all that can play into a factor. 6'4" niggas out there, but Mel's saying he's one of the more polished corners, for sure.
Yeah, I think the experience he got on field tells it all, right? Been playing since his redshirt freshman year.
One of the more polished corners, definitely, but he might not. And I think that's where you were leaning with it towards that. But sometimes you got guys that look like Tariq Woolen or shit that are like 6'4", 6'5" or some shit out here. Kids out here, it's crazy now.
Kyle Shelby at safety. North Carolina lost 2 big-time safeties, brought 1 back, and Kyle Shelby as a redshirt sophomore, 3 interceptions, 6'4", 221 at safety, bro. Not just a guy, he's a guy, right? Could do it all, right? Really fast, 95 speed, 97 excel. This is a guy that, if he decides to come out this year, it's a lot of speed in the secondary room coming out this year, right? And then Gage Seitz. We about to get 2 white boys that could be first rounders this year at the cornerback position. the safeties is flying, bro. All right, Doak Campbell Award, best running backs in the nation. Jason Trainer, we already talked about what he was about. Alex Johnson, Damian Figures, we talked about him. How about James Ghost? Is this the fastest guy in college football?
Yeah, I fuck with Ghost. Um, I fuck with Ghost. The name fits exactly. Like he can really get
The
going.
best shit I like about Ghost, bro, when y'all played, right? And y'all played in Oklahoma, then y'all came back and played in Ohio State, or it might have been vice versa. But when they was at the Horseshoe, they played the intro to Power every time he got a first down, bro. I thought that shit was hot, bro. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. Like the intro to Power, and he's a guy though, right? Like he's one of those guys right now, man. 11, 19, 21 touchdowns, average of 12 yards a carry right now. And you can't teach speed like that, man. Like you're looking at a first round running back, right? Like first round for sure. We've been getting a lot of guys. Like the running back room has changed for the NFL because of what Homecoming has been producing. It's been a lot of first round running backs coming out of the Homecoming League. Amir Brown, as a freshman, he'll be back. We know what he's about. Dale Labato, sophomore, 1242. You're looking at KJ Edwards, splitting time. Look, KJ Edwards, 143 carries. He is the running back for Colorado as a true sophomore elite running back. 5-star. But we know Colorado has a really good running back room, and you know a couple of those backs had 1,000-yard seasons already. I think his numbers is hampered by what they do in their backfield. They got 3 guys that touch the ball consistently in their backfield. Nick Iverson had to take over for Demon Demon June for North Carolina. Let me ask you this: 118 carries, 671 on the ground. He might not have a 1,000-yard back this year. Is that concerning to you?
It looks like it's a little concerning, but it looks like Demon June's more of a dual threat back, so I'm not really like super concerned. Maybe another running back is getting another dosage of carries too.
They got
Get them
All-Star
reached
Son over
out.
there in North Carolina playing power back and fullback for them right now as well. They do got a couple of backs they get the ball too, but you know at this point you 5 yards to carry like that. That's why I'm saying is it a concern? Because Demon
Yeah,
June had
5.
118 carries for over 1,000 yards. He was averaging 19 yards a carry.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, 5 yards of carry ain't bad, but it's not a concern, but it's not as explosive. So I don't know if really the play styles change. I'm not up to date with all the offensive coordinator changes. I know they changed their defensive coordinator, but
Nick Iverson for North Carolina to get to a championship game. Does Nick Iverson got to turn the run game up for them?
yeah. Or like I said, I don't really know what All Star's doing, but I would like to see Nick Iverson average closer to like 7, 8.
Yes, sir. All right, Texas Tech's running back. He was in the Heisman conversation all last year. He's a redshirt junior this year. 825 on the ground, 334 as a receiver. He was one of those guys that had 1,000 yards receiver, 1,000-yard rusher going through the season. Dwayne Morris, as a junior right now, taking over as the elusive bruiser. 949 on the ground, 13 rushing touchdowns, 283 yards. Look, man, they had a really good running back last year. I honestly think they're still trying to figure it out at running back, but they do like this guy holding it down right now. Kansas State running back, and then George Whitaker from Michigan holding it down. Let's get to the receivers right now. Blitnikov, Joe Wyatt, Brandon Murray, best 2 receivers in the league. Would you add Jalen Lott to that conversation, top 5 this year?
Definitely would, yeah.
Andre Young, the 6'5 freak, 222 pounds, 84 catches, 1366, 18 touchdowns on the year right now. Georgia has a 1-2 punch with their redshirt freshman receiver and their true freshman at the quarterback position, Adrian Gregori. How about Deion Honeycutt for North Carolina? 69 catches, 12-16, 17 touchdowns, 6 drops, 414. TK Pitts for Colorado, the Rutgers transfer that came in elite like a motherfucker, 72 catches, 1168. He redshirted last year on purpose. But I know he's an NFL guy right now. 15 touchdowns right now, 596 after contact, and 3 drops. Balling right now. KT Metcalf, bro, 6'6", 215. The younger brother of Metcalf, DK. So 41 catches, 1050, 22 touchdowns right now. Look, I saw him make a catch in that North Carolina's game last night. That showed me Clemson is scary.
Yeah,
They
41 for
fucking
1050
scary,
is
bro.
wow.
He got 41 catches for a stack. They fucking
Yeah.
scary, bro. He
And
made a catch that how?
half of those catches is a touchdown. Like every two catches, he's in the end zone.
Hmm.
That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. He one of those guys. How you do that? Like,
And
like
every
when he was in trouble and he needed a situation, that throw ups game is serious right now. I'm talking about. I watched Falk DB spin around twice. Like, that had no idea because of how big this guy is. Had no idea where the fuck he lost him. And then when you didn't lose him, you just watched him make the catch. Like, over top of you. Like, give me that 50-50 serious. I mean, and that's why platinum 50-50. That guy, boy, he a dog. Xavier Saab, the two-way player, not Travis Hunter per se, but Travis Hunter like 67 catches, 1189, 13 touchdowns, 3 drops, 513 at the contact. Michigan State got a guy up there. Then North Carolina's Lyndon Rash, 54 catches, 939, 16 touchdowns, 1 drop. And then Iowa has a guy on this list right now. Lombardi Award, Joseph Pecco, D'Amato Pecco Jr. This score goes to the best defensive lineman of the year. Cameron New, T.I. Umakayas. You're looking at James Proctor. Ari Wartford for Clemson. You're looking at Chad Slugaboo. I can't stand this nigga, bro.
this
Oh,
shit
my
is
God.
getting beyond.
I never mention that name again. He know I'm on his ass. Christopher Burgess Jr. Who is that for
Shout out Notre
Oklahoma?
Dame.
Oh, this is the Notre Dame transfer you got a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, I mean.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago. Yeah, we love this guy. Shout out to him.
Anthony Jones, sophomore. 11 sacks on the year, 23 tackles. You're looking at LaMarcus Henderson for Arizona State, D tackle, 8 sacks, 17 tackles for losses. He's a true junior. And then Kyler Garcia, Indiana. And then you're looking at Jared Smith, Auburn, 7 sacks, 14 tackle for losses. All right, Golden Arm Award goes to the senior quarterback right now. And it looks like Dayton Rayola and Faison Brandon are fighting that. They're the only senior quarterbacks in the league, along with Penn State's quarterback. Edge Rush of the Year, D'Amato Pecco Jr. If he won that 2 years in a row, might be 3. Cameron New, we know these names. I'm just going to slide down the list. You got Sidney Tenji. They got my boy Tenji. He's still around. 9 sacks, 21 tackles for losses right now. You also got Alabama's Ahmad Ola, 7 sacks, 16 tackles for losses. You go down to Sterling Cheeseman, right edge for Auburn, 10 sacks, 19. And you notice the guys that get to the quarterback, and this is a name that you're not going to like to see on this list. How do you feel about Jake Cruel, not only transferring from Oklahoma, but going to Alabama? He's on the list with 4 sacks, 15 tackles for losses, 1 forced fumble. Oh.
Weak ass 4 sacks. Fuck him.
Villamai Yo, 12 sacks, 18 tackles for loss as an edge rusher. Outland Trophy, best interior O-lineman, that goes to Joe Dove. You got Maxwell Robinson for Colorado, Colin Kaminsky for Michigan, Ben Littlejohn, Texas, Deacon Schmidt on this bitch, Colorado product, decided to take his talent out of Colorado and go to Oklahoma. Will Conroy, North Carolina's best offensive lineman, he's a senior. How about Raymond Ansa, USC, redshirt freshman. Don Moran, redshirt freshman for LSU. Jake Wells, redshirt junior for Texas. Denard Brown, Tennessee's junior. And then Ben Sawyer, Washington, sophomore. David Moore, junior, NC State, right guard. And you're looking at Mackey Award, tight end award goes to Paul Stubber. I mean, Notre Dame is a tight end factory. And Georgia Tech, that coach just plays well with tight ends. That's why you see Quincy McCracken up here at 3rd. Oregon's Kendra Harrison, real life player. E.J. Howard, Alabama. It seemed like he's been in college football forever. Dexter Meekins, Florida. 48 catches, 600 yards. And let's look at these yards. 545, 790, 746, 827, 947. We're about to have a couple 1,000-yard tight ends walking around. Cornell Warren, North Carolina. Lionel Slate, Minnesota. And you're looking at Ice Gronkowski. I like it. 561. I like that name. 25 catches, 7 touchdowns. I like that name. Ethan Barbour. He's been in the Ohio State's program for a while. 34 catches, 680 as a senior. And then you're looking at Ball State's guy right now. Now you're looking at Dip Buckets Award, Rodney Colton Jr. Oh no. He tired too with them wear and tear looking like. You better get it together. 31 tackles, 25 tackles for loss. And if it ain't no linebackers, if it ain't Alabama in the building, Dalvin Gilliam, Alabama's will linebacker, redshirt junior, C.J. Gamble, the Mike True Jr. for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Enrique Iobi, Clemson, Mike linebacker, 33 tackles, 15 sacks. 33 tackles, 15 tackles for loss. I'm sorry. All right, DeMarco Kafka, Auburn, 36, 30, 11. He played well against you. He had a lot of tackles in y'all game. How much did you have to game plan around him once the game started?
Good amount, just shooting gaps for sure. But definitely a solid linebacker. Auburn's got a good front little 7 rotation.
Yeah, they do. They got some guys on that D line too. That's crazy. 32 tackles for Joel Graves, Miami. 2 sacks, 4 interceptions on the year right now. That Mike linebacker. Alexander Shield Knight, that's my guy. I feel like he's been in college football forever as well. 1 interception, 39 tackles, 39 assisted tackles, 10 pass deflected, 1 sack, 10 games started. Is he really the quarterback of your defense?
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. Quarterback. I really like the Luke Kuechly of the defense for real.
No doubt, no diggity. How about number 9, Bradley Gumpers, Duke? 1 pass deflected, 34 tackles, 13 sacks at that will linebacker. And then Deshaun Swope, redshirt junior, Sam linebacker, 16 tackles, 22 tackles assisted, 11 sacks, 19 tackles for loss, and 1 forced fumble in 10 games. Dextrell Way, he came in from Florida to USC. I know that because I was battling for him. Little guy, 6'1", 217. I wonder if they're going to play him at Mike. 2 interceptions, 37 tackles for loss. 37 tackles, 22 assisted tackles, 8 pass deflected. Because I can't see him coming off the edge. He a light boy. One of my guards tackles will lay his ass out. And then L.J. Williamson, the Mike linebacker for Penn State senior. 76 overall. You know, somebody don't be working on a fucking team. Remington Award, the best center goes to Maxwell Robinson. Well, he won that 2 years in a row. Looking at Ben Littlejohn. Looking at Joseph Edmonds, North Carolina. Deshaun Crandell, Florida State. Chip Costanzo, Duke. Tyler Reinhardt, Tennessee. Maryland's Quentin Durant. Tyler Manuel, Oklahoma. Johnny Blah, Arizona State. He's been starting forever, too. Danny Berryman, UCLA. Joey Speaks, TCU. And Michael Lozecki. Now, Pancakes, he got 20. 26 for TCU's guy. UCLA guy got 7. Arizona State's guy got 37. Tyler Manuel got 10. Tyler Reinhardt, 11. Duke's 23, Chip Costanzo. Florida State's Deshaun Crandell, 22. How about North Carolina's Joseph Edmond with 25 Pancakes? Texas, Ben Littlejohn, he got 27. And this is disrespectful because Maxwell Robinson got 58 Pancakes on a year. Stop fucking with him. Don't even come near that center. All right, kickers, we don't care. Auburn got a kicker on here, and Gregory O'Malley. 16 field goals made, 17 attempts, only missed 1 on the year, 94%. 58 is his longest. He balling.
ASU Trident Emblem.
ASU, what up, Brand? Ray Guy, no punters on this list. Now, let me talk about the Jet Award right now. Eric McFarland, Jalen Cunningham, Brandon Murray, and Latzir Brooks are your top 4. And then you got Joey Biggums for Florida State. Now, let's take a look at what they actually doing. As a punt returner, Joey Bigham, 25 returns, 475, 19-yard average, 2 touchdowns as a punt returner. As a kick returner, he got 16 returns for 413. I'm not mad at it. All right, so Alabama got 2 on here, so let's take a look at what their guys are doing. Jafar Jean Noel as a punt returner. Kick returner, let's see what he did. All right, he got 9 returns, and he transferred in from Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech lost a good one right here. 32 punt returns for 543, 2 touchdowns as a punt returner. As a kick returner, no attempts. He's not their kick returner. All right. Let's continue. Oklahoma's Emmanuel Choice. As a return specialist, no punts, but he is a kickoff guy. 22 kick returns, 566, 26 yards to average, 2 touchdowns on kick returns. Emmanuel Choice. Penn State, Jamie McGon. I'm not going to disrespect Harold Burgers. Let's show his guy. Can't disrespect him. 15 returns, 270, 18 yards of return, 2 touchdowns at punt returner, and that kick returner, he got 15 for 370. He playing. Good shit. All right. Akeem Rubin, Texas. The speed demon. Return man, he got 13 returns for 140. Kick return 17 for 507. 30-yard average, 2 touchdowns. Akeem Rubin. All right, LSU Snoop Menace as a return guy. Punt returns, 41 returns, 463, 11.3 yard average. As a kick returner, he took 1 to the crib, 16 for 374, 23 yards of return. Snoop Menace. Next up, Florida State's so hard to see. Now let's go to Lazier Brooks from out of New Jersey. Speed demon. See what he's doing. All right, as a return man, he doesn't return punts. Not this year, but look what he did. Last year he had 3 touchdowns. This year this man got 38 return yards. 38 returns for 1,057. He averaged 28 yards of return, 3 touchdowns. He's a dangerous returner as a kick returner. And then now you're looking at Brandon Murray, who averaged 200 yards a fucking game as a receiver. And then he gives you special team play. And let's see what Brandon's doing. 25 returns, 314. 13 yards average, 2 touchdowns as a punt returner. As a kickoff returner, 32, 812, 25 yards of play of return, and 3 touchdowns. So that's 5 touchdowns in a it's up there. Are you going for me?
Oh, I forgot you asked.
Please? I got you if you do. All right. So that's 5 returns, touchdowns this year from Brandon Murray. And he averaged 2 touchdowns a game as a receiver. Shit. I don't know if there's somebody better than him right now. Like, fuck the receiving yards. Just as a return specialist, he got the most returns right now at 5. But then Jalen Cunningham, as a returner, he has 512 yards on 36 returns, 14 average, 2 touchdowns. As a kick return, 24 kick returns, 757, 32 yards of return, and 3 touchdowns. So that's 5 from him as well. And then true freshman 5-star receiver Eric McFarland from IMG Academy.
Which part?
The white one. He has no punt returns, but he got 56 returns for 717, 13 yards average. And just so y'all know, he will have 3 returns for touchdowns, but I had to run out of bounds because I already scored 84 points in the game. Or he had to walk 3 of them shit back. And then he walked 6 of them back right now. Is this the best punt returner in the league? Kick return, punt returner max. He got the most touchdowns, and it's all from kick return. 30 returns for 1,077. He averaged 36 yards of return, 6 of them to the crib. Oh, Max. Don't you run from me, Max.
You.
I just showed the returners of the year right now, right? Brandon Murray got 5 total returns this year, and Jalen Cunningham has 5 total touchdowns this year. Both of them got 2 and 3 when it comes down to punt return, kick returns. Eric McFarland, true freshman 5-star from IMG Academy for Colorado, he has 30 kick returns for 1,077. Average of 36 yards of return and 6 touchdowns at kick returner. But he doesn't have a punt return for a touchdown. But he also has 56 returns for 717. 13 yards of return, but no touchdowns from the punt returner. Now, I done ran out of bounds because I had 84 points. I couldn't go over about 3-4 times this season. My question is, who's the best returner in the country this year? What does it smell like?
Good question, Cuddy. Good question.
When you look at the returners that's on this list right now, they all are outstanding in the way they're doing it. But I do think the top 5 are deservingly there, all outside of one. Lazier Brooks from New Jersey, that's playing at Alabama right now. I mean, he's special, but I think what Alabama does is they don't let their guy do both, right? So when you look at the punt return yards, he's not a punt returner this year. He has not one punt return at all this year. But as a kick returner, he's 38 returns for 1,057. He averaged 28 yards every time he touch a kickoff, and he has 3 touchdowns. He also scored 3 of them last year as well, with 78 returns for 1,847 yards, 24 yards of average, and 3 touchdowns. Like I'm trying to figure out like who's the best returner, right? Like who's the best returner, whether it's kick returner and punt returner together, or just one doing one. And then again, Jalen Cunningham is doing it as well. Guys are taking shit back to the crib this year, bro. That's all I'm trying to say, really. And when you look at the punt returns, Jalen Cunningham has 36 returns for 512. He averaged a 14-yard average, but he has 2 punt returns for touchdowns. And then you're looking at, as a kick returner, he's averaged 20. He got 24 returns for 757, averaging 32 yards a return, and he has 3 touchdowns. So that's 5 touchdowns in the kick game for Clemson's guy, Jalen Cunningham. Brandon Murray has 5 as well, right? I think he has 2 as a punt returner and 3 as a kick returner. As a punt returner, he's averaging 13 yards a return, 25 returns for 314, 2 touchdowns. As a kick returner, he's averaging 25 yards a return, 812, 32 returns, 3 touchdowns. And then Eric McFarland for Colorado got 6 return touchdowns, but he also got 1,000 yards as a kick returner. I like the numbers. Type in the comment section who has the best returner, who has the best special teams player this year. All right, the last award is the Sean Alexander Award. This goes to the best freshman in the country. Amir Brown, Duke, running back. We already showed y'all his numbers. Deion Honeycutt, Falky. Deion Honeycutt, 6'3", 184, route artist, 69 catches, 12-16. You lost some really good receivers over the last couple of years. Talk to me about Deion Honeycutt and why he's the next special North Carolina receiver and could be possibly the best receiver in the league if he comes back next year. Well, no, he got to come back. He's a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Four-star second.
4-star, maybe 5-star, I forget. But he came and he learned under Sadler. Took him under the wing this time.
Is he your number one receiver? Like, does he, like, far as targets and, like, when y'all are in structure and practice, is this the number one guy?
Yep, he's our number one guy.
All right. Now, Georgia has a 1-2 punch at quarterback and receiver in Adrian Gigori. 78 catches, 1335, 94 yards was his longest catch. 13 touchdowns, only 3 drops on the year. If he don't hit the portal, he'll be a really 1-2 punch. I think they're going to lose both of them, though. All right, then you go down to Georgia's quarterback is Avery Gata. We already showed you that. How about Corey Walker for the Baylor Bears? 53 catches, 839, 11 touchdowns. I mean, he's a true freshman. Putting in work right now. What do you look like stat-wise right now? 96 speed, 95 excel. I like it. All right, Duke's quarterback, Clyde Peters, redshirt freshman. Again, 2,271 yards. Got his team winning right now. Got his team looking at a playoff berth. 23 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions, 70 completion percentage as a redshirt freshman. Running back, Dal Green Jr. Wasn't he suspended for a couple games? And if that's so, he a dog. Because he's shitting. Yards per carry, 10. 9 touchdowns, 235. He wasn't the one that got suspended, right?
He already sat the receiver because I fell asleep and didn't message him back. So we just agreed to do the receiver for 2 weeks.
98 speed, 98 excel. East-West, 5'9", 180, true freshman. He got the potential to be special. Like I'm a little nervous about this Clemson team right now. Like starting a program. You know, you get to that program builder and they starting to do shit over there in the recruiting game right now. If they land a big time transfer out of the quarterback transfer, it's going to be a problem. If they start a true freshman, I think they'll be really good, but I think it'll hold them back a little bit. But when it comes down to wide receivers and running backs, they are not lacking in those departments right now. Falk, the turnaround when it comes down to what they doing building their football team. Like, are you impressed by it, and is that a concern to you, knowing that they're building the way they're building right now? Bellers, Luis Del La Punte, 71 awareness. Let's get off of that. I need the stats. 136 rushes for 724, 5 yards of carry, 15 rushing touchdowns. Should Falk be concerned of the way Clemson is starting to build right now? Quincy McCracken, the tight end, true freshman.
I wouldn't say be concerned, but he's definitely noting it. Because I think North Carolina does a good job too. It's just, you definitely got to notate. It's no different than division watching or whatever the case, trade watching. Like, you got to notate because certain times people change their recruiting style, or like not style, but the type of recruits they're getting can indicate what type of offensive changes are coming, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I think North Carolina has done a good job of building what they bringing in, right? I also think that North Carolina, they're in a good space where you want to be at as a recruiter when it comes down to pipelines and things of such. But I don't think they are landing what they think they should be landing at this point right now. And I think Clemson is starting to land what they expected to be landing since day one. They're starting to land those type of guys, whether it's the portal or through the high school rankings right now. And we know what it looked like when you got 5 stars and elites running around everywhere. They just play different. You know it. Think about Alabama and their roster, even Colorado and their roster, right? Like, I think they had the most elite players on their team right now when we did that test the other day. That shit matters, bro. And then you're looking at another true freshman at running back, and that's Marshall Bohannon. 96 speed, 96 excel. This is a backfield threat at 6'2", 206. So he got some receiver qualities to him. Only 113 carries, 727, 6 yards a pop, 6 rushing touchdown. It looks like the homecoming is not lacking of young stars at all right now. The CFP top 25, Max, let's get to it right now. Is the ACC the best conference in football right now?
I don't think so.
I mean, when you look at the top 10 right now, how many teams from the SEC is in the top 10 right now? I don't know how you can't see it. Alabama, number 1. Are they the best conference? I meant to see the SEC. Is the SEC the best conference of college football right now?
Yeah.
All right, our defending national champions lost 1 game this year, and that was the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They just put a whooping on South Carolina, 84-27. They got a big-time matchup coming up. I wonder if that game kicked off yet. 13th ranked Tennessee, after coming off a loss to Oklahoma, are looking to rebound while they playing in Alabama, Tuscaloosa. But Alabama's sitting at number 1 right now, right? Auburn is number 2 right now. And when you think about Alabama, Auburn, the games that are remaining on each other's schedule, Auburn has a pass. They just got to win the Iron Bowl at home this year. Alabama got really, really tough games coming up. Tennessee, they got Oklahoma on the docket to close out the year. And that's the schedule, right? They got to go. They play Tennessee at 8. And the lucky part of it, they get the rival game at home. They get that Oklahoma game at home. But they go on a road in the Iron Bowl. I mean, you're playing the number 2 team, the number 7, and number 13 team is being played over the last couple of games. If Alabama run the table here, they're going to be the favorite to win the national title again. How do you feel about those last 3 games? Tennessee, Oklahoma, Auburn. Do you think Alabama can get it done? Do you think they can get this shit done?
I don't think they win all 3, but
right now.
It just depends on.
Can you give me
honestly, I think the home field thing will
give me something all day.
Be very helpful, but I think because of who he's playing at home field, it kind of almost doesn't fully matter as much. One, I think Boone.
So you don't think they win? You don't think they can win all 3 of these games? Is what you're saying? Is you saying that because you're on the schedule?
I'm saying I don't think they do. They can, sure, but I don't think they do. No, I think they lose one of these games. I just don't know which one. I just know they lose one of them. It's
Well,
3 tough games.
9 p.m. Eastern, the Tennessee Alabama rival kickoff in Tuscaloosa. So we'll see that game, and we'll know right away. And then he gets Oklahoma at home, but then he goes on a road to a really hot Auburn football program right now. All right, and that Auburn football program, their path is cleaner than most SEC teams remaining. They got computer, and then Alabama in the Iron Bowl. When this game pops off week 13, is Alabama and Auburn sitting at 1-2 still?
I don't know.
Let me ask
I
you
don't
this.
know.
I'll play devil's advocate. Well, Alabama had to play Tennessee, Oklahoma at home, and then go on the road to Auburn. If they don't handle business, is it possible that we're looking at Alabama not being a playoff team? If they lose
If they
all three of
lose,
those games,
if
or if they lose two
nah,
out of the three,
I was about to say if they lose 2 out of the 3, that's the line. It literally is that's the line. If they lose 2 out of those 3, because of where it is and those rankings, like he might not fall extra far, but other people got to bump up too. So you're gonna look at Alabama falling in that like 13, 14 range where like they just won't be able to get in.
it's
Even though
sort of like
last
LSU
year,
last year, right? LSU was number 4 and then lost and then make the playoffs.
yeah, even though last year Alabama got in 3 losses, it was where their losses were like, and that's all gonna matter.
And they
But if
lost the
they lose
championship
any,
game on a they lost that championship game on a fair sim, and they got in.
yeah, but that's what it was. The third loss came in from that. Yeah, so if they get a third loss before it though, I just don't think that they're gonna be able to like stay into the playoffs. Nah, I think
Three
they'll
tough
be
games.
right
You
on the
gotta
outside
love
looking
college
in. If they lose
football.
any two, like it doesn't really matter which order, it doesn't really matter which one. If they lose any 2 of these 3 last games, then yeah.
If they run the table, to me they the complete favorites to bring back
Yeah,
back to
if they
back
run the
titles.
table, yeah, they definitely the favorites.
Because not only do they got to run the table, they still got to win the SEC championship game as well. So that's going to be, I mean, that's crazy. How about North Carolina? Their 2 losses were to the number 1 team in the nation in Alabama and the number 7 team in the nation in Oklahoma. They
It
lost
was a
early.
fifth.
If was a fifth, they gonna look at my boy. Yeah, D, do your thing. North Carolina is sitting at 3. They moved from 6-3 after winning that Clemson game by 4 points, 28-14. I mean 28-24. They got California home, and then they closed the season with North Carolina State, without a blemish. Right? Let's say they finish the season out with them 2 games won. We're gonna have to get into conference play to find out. Conference championship to find out who's going to be in that conference championship. So we'll come back to that. But North Carolina, it looked shaky, right? Because we was talking about one more loss, they might not even be in the playoffs, and it looks like they got their shit together and put themselves as the number 3 team in the nation right now. Let me ask you this: with all that being said, if they play in the ACC championship and lose that, are they a playoff team?
Yeah, because they're at 3, they won't fall far. And if 1 or 2, if Bama lose before then, Falk will move up to 2, basically, and then that will be even more of an insurance if he loses in the CC. Or if Auburn loses that week, the Iron Bowl, then Falk still will move up, potentially, probably. They don't see any really other way around it. He'll still probably move up to 2. Uh, and then that's still again more insurance for if he loses the CC.
You know what's crazy? Auburn gonna lose the Iron Bowl week 13 and still stay in front of Colorado and Arizona State. As long as they don't get lose by 17. All right, so Colorado jumps from 5-4, and Arizona goes from 7-5 after beating the brakes off of Utah, as Colorado beat the brakes off of Kansas State. But they are 4-5 right now, And it looked like they back on a collision again for a Big 12 championship run. Although Baylor is in a way right now, right? Baylor has no losses in conference play. And they are going to go head to head with Arizona State at advance. So that would determine, it's like we'll see it in a second. But Colorado, I don't think they're safe, Max, right? They still got a Big 12 championship to play. Colorado win, they in the quarterfinals, and they could be a top 2 to 3 team in the quarterfinals. Right now they're lined up at 4th in the quarterfinals. They lose, does it bump them out of the playoffs completely on some LSU shit?
No, because what's Arizona State ranked?
Arizona State is at 5. Me and Arizona State is 4 and 5.
Oh no, you'll go to like 11.
All right, number 8.
Sounds crazy, but nah, you'll go a couple spots, but you'll go to like 11.
All right, so Duke is on a bye. Colorado closes their season out with Houston, and then they take on TCU. Both games on the road. They just played their they had senior night in the Arizona game just about a couple hours ago. So they should, without a blemish, they should be in a Big 12 championship. Arizona State has, and to be honest with you, Arizona State, they played the number 8 team in the nation at advance. That can bump them into the top 3 with a win here, especially a blowout.
Oh yeah, it definitely can.
Just because it's a top 10 matchup.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at Duke.
Well, Falk still got to play NC State. If NC State's ranked, then Falk handle his business. They have no legitimate reason to drop him.
Yeah, so. NC State not ranked at all. They actually 4 and 5. They under 500 right now. But Duke, they on a bye this week, and they close their season out against Coach Rob in Louisville, and then computer game with Wake Forest, sitting at 6 right now. Oklahoma, you back in the mix right now, 8 and 2. You only got 1 conference loss, right?
Yeah.
You lost to Auburn.
That's it.
But Max, y'all beat the shit out of Ole Miss at home, but y'all go on the road at number 1 Alabama, and then you come back home to close the season out against LSU. The SEC fucking nuts, bro. It's tough 2 games coming stretch.
Love it.
Winning is this a winning you in situation? What I mean by that is winning you in the SEC championship.
Definitely winning. I'm the best shot at the SEC championship, or I'm right where I really don't mind being, which is not needing the SEC championship, but got enough ranking to just sit dormant on the playoffs, wait for my round 1 opponent.
And your combined opponent record, 86 wins versus 39 losses. You played a really good schedule this year.
Yeah.
Bama,
good comp.
76 and 40. Auburn, 60 and 51. North Carolina, 68 and 47.
Shit, I might have played the most niggas with the most wins.
Colorado, 64 and 52.
You said my shit was 86?
86. 72 and 52. Yeah. Brand too. Brand shit, 72, 52.
What's Ohio State?
Duke, 56, 58. So losing record. Fuck going on? And yeah, you was at 86 and 39.
86. What's Ohio State? Ohio State played some dogs, I think.
67, 56. So
67. Okay.
Everybody talked about Bella not playing no fucking bodies, but they played 71 and 53 though. I know you see a lot of home and away, but he played these games. I set him before he played them. Only game he missed was the Oklahoma State game. All right, that's Bella. All right, so Bella number 8 right now, and they gotta play the number 5 team in the nation at advance, And the Gators are in a good spot too, right? They close out the season where they got Tennessee and Florida State. He won that Tennessee game. Tennessee in a tough situation too. His schedule fucking retarded at the end too.
Tennessee's is, yeah.
So they got Tennessee. They get them at home. Oh, okay, cool. They get them at home, and then they get Florida at home. Florida State at home too in a rival game.
Well, my the last couple seasons has always been Tennessee, a game in between, Bama, a game in between, sometimes or a bye week, LSU. Like those are my last 3 for most of my seasons.
All right, UCLA is ranked number 10 in the nation right now. They at Indiana, and they closed their season out with Northwestern and USC in the rival game. That's going to be a big game for them. They only got 1 loss on the year, no 2 losses on the year, but they balled on 1 conference loss. Ohio State went from 3 to 11 after that loss to Washington State, and they got Purdue, Wisconsin, and then Michigan to close out their season. We saw USC. They got UCLA at the end of the schedule. They also got Nebraska and then UCLA. Tennessee shit tough down the stretch, boy. Oh my God, 75 and 47. He got Bama, Florida, and then Vanderbilt in the rival game. So he got 2 big time games coming up. He got 2 types of top 10 opponents coming up. Boom, he does. Miami sneakily sitting here, 64-59 record, opponent record, and they closed the season out. North Carolina State, Clemson, and California. I'm sorry. Hold on though, Clemson. They rank number 17 in the nation right now. Florida State played Penn State and Florida, so they don't even got a conference game. I think they're gonna be in a conference championship game. They have 1 loss in conference play, and they don't play another conference game at all. All right, and then you go down to Clemson after taking that loss in North Carolina. That puts them in a situation, and they close the season out with Miami at Miami. What time this game getting played, fellas? Because we advanced to the night, man. We ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
None of that shit. Ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
Where you at, Bo? Where you at, Kemp? Where you at, Shoguns? What time this game getting played? Shogun's kind of been on deck, though, man. We've been on deck. Oregon, Georgia Tech. We start to get out of that. Washington, top 22. Texas, 23. And Nebraska, 25. Now, when it comes down to conference play, right now, North Carolina 6-0 in conference play. Florida State 7-1. Duke is 5-1. And Clemson is 6-1. I'll say Georgia Tech at 5-2 have a shot, but right now it's anybody's guess of who's going to get into that conference championship game. And I think Clemson needs to get in that conference championship game. Would you agree? They sitting at 17th right now.
Yeah.
They need to play that conference championship game.
They need certain niggas to lose so they can get a little bit closer, and then they need to get in that conference championship game so they can seal their own fate. And then, give themselves a fighting chance to get in that shit.
Because Duke don't really play shit. I don't think Duke. Clemson
Duke won't move. He needs other niggas to move. Yeah. There's going to be some niggas that's going to be idle schedules, so they really won't move. Like, they're going to stay either right where they're at, or they'll go up or down, maybe like 1 or 2. But the game won't really let them fall out the playoffs because there's no reason to.
Right, unless they lose to Louisville. Clemson needs Duke to lose to Louisville.
Yeah.
Bad, like in the worst way.
Spoiler for sure. Like on some Washington shit.
And see, this ain't gonna hurt them here because Florida State don't play nobody left in conference play. They finished their season with 3 non-conference games: Notre Dame, Penn State and Florida. So they're
But they
gonna,
still can't lose. They still can't lose those games for ranking purpose. Like they might
yeah,
do all
yeah,
that and then get into CC, but it won't matter because
yeah,
it has no contention on for them. So they
yeah,
can't lose
yeah. But
really.
it's affecting Clemson though. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think they might get penalized for that though. Like I don't know
Eh,
if he'll get into CC if he loses a game. Just because like it's out of conference. Like I get
especially
what you're saying.
especially when everybody got one loss that's fighting like right
Yeah.
now. Yeah,
I could
yeah.
see them like just dropping on the conference ranking part, like in their standings when they go there. I could see them just dropping there.
Mhm. All right, and the Big 12 comes down to Colorado undefeated in the conference play, Baylor undefeated in the conference play. Then you
They'll
got
still
Arizona
make the
State
X
and
championship.
Oklahoma State. Both are with one losses right now, right? And the good thing about this is Baylor and Arizona State hold their own fate. The winner of this game will be playing in the conference championship game, in my opinion. The winner of this game will be in
Hmm.
the conference championship game. When you look at the Big Ten a mess too, because you got USC who's 6-0, UCLA right now 6-1. They will be playing in the conference championship game, except they play each other at the end of the year.
Yep.
So my question is, with UCLA and USC playing each other at the end of the year, one of those guys are going to get a loss, right? If
Hmm.
I'm Ohio State, I want that loss to be UCLA because USC can lose that game that they match up head to head. Ohio State, nope, they didn't play. If USC loses, they only gonna have one loss, and they still got a shot to stay in that conference championship game. But Oregon is the third team right now, and I don't think they are in the way of anybody right now. They finish out with Indiana and Penn State. So you need Hillberger to be a spoiler. So I guess my question is Ohio State safe right now at 11? Not safe. Do they need to be in the Big Ten championship game? Or
They
would it be
do. He's
better
in the
that they
same
don't?
situation. Nah, he's in the same situation as Clemson, where like praying for some people to lose, work his way down, so he can work his way down, get in a good situation, and get into the CC, so he can solidify a playoff spot.
Facts. All right. And then the SEC is fucking nuts because Alabama, Auburn are undefeated in conference play. They play each other. Florida is 6-1. Oklahoma 5-1. And Tennessee 4-1. Tennessee and Florida play. Tennessee, Alabama play. Auburn played Oklahoma already, but they play Alabama. And Oklahoma got to close out the season with LSU. And who else was it again?
Alabama.
Alabama, LSU. So shit real right now. Like, cause this thing can go so many different ways. Uh, that is
Yeah, we
crazy.
all play each other, so
And
like we
and
really gonna control like exactly how it plays out.
but
Like
the schedule is in favor for Auburn to be in the SEC championship because they only got to play Alabama at the end of the year. They win that game, they in no matter what. They lose it, they only get one loss in conference play.
yeah, that's the literal one thing that seems pretty solid is that Auburn will probably be in the CC.
And then Alabama control their own destination, right? They control their own destiny. They literally
Hmm.
got three really good games coming up. They win them, they are who they are, right? If they can lose any one of those games, as you said, right? They can't lose any one of those games, and if they do lose, they only can lose one of those games. They can't lose two of those games at all. I
Yeah,
think
for
Alabama up for the
CCs
challenge. I
and for
think they,
playoffs, like they won't be able to do either one with two losses. They won't be
yep,
able to make CCs and they won't be able to make the playoffs.
yep, and I think they up for the challenge, and they really, really looking forward to the matchups. I can't wait to see how this all plays out. Big time games down the stretch always matters, man. We gotta love this shit. Gotta love college football. Gotta love the homecoming league, right? The playoffs will start today. Right now, who's in the brackets right now? You will be having a group of five school in Florida International taking on Arizona State. There will be a 5 plus 12 matchup. Florida will take on Baylor
But
9
do
versus
I
8.
want to make the SEC championship?
But do I want to make the? I wouldn't. I just shout. I don't want to even care if you play it or not. Florida Baylor 9 versus 8. Baylor has the home game right now. Again, Baylor does play a top 10 matchup at Advance, and Florida got some good games coming up as well. How about USC and Duke 11-6 right now, and UCLA and it's at 10 with Oklahoma at 7. Well, UCLA and USC all play. Duke don't really play anybody. But then again, Baylor, Arizona State, Florida, UCLA, Oklahoma, USC all have games that have to be played. And then these teams sitting over here, Alabama's in a situation. North Carolina, depending on who he matches up with in the ACC championship, and then Auburn has the Iron Bowl to play. And Alabama got 3 tough opponents at the end. So like this picture won't change for sure. But as we speak on it, it's spoke on right now. All right, Max, when you look at some ball games that was played, you go back to matchups that happened last week, right? First we'll go let's start with the SEC and let's go back to the matchup that happened. All right. 48-39, Max. You were down 33-7 in this ball game going into halftime. 3 weeks in a row, your special teams has caused a fumble on kickoffs, and it started at this game right here. And a swing back, like you almost pulled it off. But what did you learn about your football team when you played this Auburn game in a pouring down rain?
We definitely can rely on Trey Taylor to win ball games for sure. Been keeping him around, giving him playing time, but definitely a guy where the beat changes a little bit, but we're still on the same cadence and we still can effectively move the ball. And I think that's a big thing when it's a clear-cut different quarterback, like switching from a backfield creator to a pocket passer, where he still got some wiggle, but if you know, like I know, like the archetype does play into just everything with that player. So we enjoyed seeing that part, and then definitely we learned that like our defense can be very dominant. It's just a matter of being confident in what they're seeing on the field.
What did we learn about Auburn in this ball game? I think they came into this game and played a playoff game. They wanted to play mistake-free football, right? This game wasn't relied on for them throwing the ball around the park.
Switch QBs, Max.
What we saw was Faison with getting sacked 4 times, but he was 8 for 16, 50%. Threw a touchdown, threw a pick in this game. I don't think they relied on the passing game. They threw the ball when they had to. But they also decided this game would be a game where you got 20 carries from Zion Johnson. You got 8 carries from Alvin Henderson. And then the quarterback kicked in with 10 carries as well. So you got 38 carries in this game. They produced 4 touchdowns through the run game in this football game. I think they came into this game on some playoff shit, trying to win the game. And they pulled the game out. Now, let me ask you this. What's more concerning? You losing this ball game or how this game ended?
For me, like I walked away feeling like I just wish I would have made the switch sooner. We would have won the game, honestly. So I go with the latter. Like Auburn, I mean, it was a great win, but like you can't close. That's all that tells me. Like we get into a playoff situation, everything's tightened up a little bit more. Like you say you up 7, you up 14. I don't believe in your ability to close. Like if people were watching that game, the fumble was like, if you want to say the only jakey thing, sure. But everything else was like you were running the same plays from the first half. In the second half, they just were getting stopped. So like that's how I look at the game when I walked away from it. Like the loss is gonna be there, but when I'm down, I feel like when I'm down,
stop the run. I started passing BC. I choose to.
You can get some real good shit out of learning some things when you're down that you can apply when you're winning. And when you're giving up a lead, you can't apply shit.
Bo Bentley literally struggled in this game. You found out something during the game, right? You found out Bo Bentley will struggle in rain games, right? Road dog, mental, gold, fan favorite. But you also realized that Teller was a natural. meaning he can throw the ball in bad weather football games, which made you start him in the Tennessee game. Uh, and look what the results was. Do you feel like if you understood that early on in that game, that Trey Taylor, as a redshirt sophomore, would have won you this football game?
Definitely. Or I would have came in playing Jet New, a redshirt junior who's been sitting there, and like I would have played him. Like I would have came into a different. I really wasn't paying it. I mean, I was paying attention to
Get
the
them
rain,
in the
but it's
Oklahoma
not every
drills, they
game that I
can
sit there
tackle
and
the
say that the
irony.
rain actually be fucking with me. But that rain, that game was just actually like causing 3 back-to-back drops. We punted, yellow throws and shit. So it was actually just one of those games where I was just fighting the grain and just not giving a fuck for real. I really didn't care to take him out because that's my guy. Like anybody else, like your quarterback is your guy. So I'm like, yeah, damn, bro, just get your shit together. But yeah, once I paused it and we did that, I definitely was a little pissed that it took me that long, like I said, to give Trey the opportunity to come in there and do what he's supposed to do as the natural. So much so that we just made it straight up start in the Tennessee game.
Man, the Oklahoma drill is a nationally known drill. Auburn head coach said they couldn't tackle on this game. They need to do more Oklahoma drills. How you feel about that?
Couldn't tackle in this game. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I mean, we
Man, get
probably
the
wasn't
fuck
running the
out of here.
ball.
I'm not, man. You're not getting no
I
ride
was
from me, dog.
I wasn't running the ball a lot, so I don't really know like really what he means by that. He might be in other games, but just on the topic of my game with him, it seemed like they was tackling fine and they were running the ball fine. So I mean, that's the other part of the Oklahoma drill, not just defense.
4.3 carries from Zion Johnson, 85 yards on 20 attempts. Henderson had 8 carries for 69 yards, 8.6, 2 touchdowns. Is this the second half you figured out, how to stop the run in that game versus because I did see Auburn come out, and from the way he played this game, he did kind of switch up a little bit in the second half, meaning he did start throwing the ball a little bit more
Like
when he
I said,
probably
he
didn't have
couldn't
to.
stop the run.
Do you think that was cockiness? Like, I'm blowing this motherfucker out, I can do what I want right now. And that caught
I
up to
definitely
him, or
think
do
I say a little bit more, but again, like 16 passes in 4 quarters is literally 4 passes a quarter. You completed 8 of them. At no point could you ever have said that you were throwing the ball, period. Like, so like it to say a little bit more is relative because you was never throwing the fucking football. So obviously it's gonna look like a little bit more when it's 3rd and 9 because yeah, like I said, now the shit is actually played out different. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. He was staying in front of the sticks most of the game as he should when you have that type of movement going. But when it's some 2nd and 9s and 3rd and 9s now, yeah, like you do have to throw the football. That's the name of the game. Like that is football. So I think it was definitely a second half adjustment thing, but it started with the quarterback because we had to kill some of that momentum because we wasn't able to move the ball. Defense kept getting on the field and shit. We gassed out there.
So you
all
mad
right? So a
BC I
win is a
wouldn't play
win,
to
right?
your style fa.
Yeah, and none of what I said was taken away from a win, but like if you watch the game, I think that's very clear cut on how the game was played. Like
So a win is a win, right? And you come off of a win, right? How important to the Auburn program was that win?
I think it was a big win, definitely. I think it was a win that you needed for this type of season um, to continue to put justification or periods and exclamations on your season. I would say.
Now, I would say this game was huge for them, especially with what it looked like down the stretch, right? Like, literally, they just got to worry about the Iron Bowl. They can literally ignore game film on their opponents all the way into the Iron Bowl. So they can spend the next 3 weeks just studying Alabama to get prepared for that game. They have to win that football game, right? I don't think they won it at all this disc. Now, I know there's been times where they had a couple of seasons where they just didn't play the game, gave the force win up because their season was over in a sense. Um, do you think that comes back to haunt them in that game, not playing those games? Like, fuck it, I'm
Because it's
out
a
to play
rivalry
all.
game. Because it's a rivalry game, yeah, that shit definitely can like play into the stigma of how that game is played. You don't really play Alabama a lot, so what you see is one thing, but what you do inside the game and how you react is gonna be a whole nother thing. from somebody that, if he does go that route of watching film, from somebody that watches film, it's definitely one thing to see it, but you got to be in the game in real time sometimes and have that experience and those real live mistakes. Because Rand's also gonna be making his adjustments. So the fact that you ain't really play him, I don't know, but however many times he gave out a force win,
Yeah,
then that kind of can be.
I think he gave the first one
I think it was twice.
three
Yeah,
three times.
it might have been
I
shit.
don't think I think he played him season one. He might have played him season one. I know he ain't played him season two, three, or four.
Well, yeah.
He's
So
on. Tell me how many times you gave that first one out in that game.
for what it's worth, yeah.
Now, with that being said, let's get back to the conversation. I'm saying right now, like, film studying isn't. I'll tell you this: if I never played Gator at all. I don't even think I played him last disc, right? And when I got in that game, it took me a long time to get my shit together on what he was doing. And I think it was because I didn't watch film, didn't have any understanding of what he does. Um, I think, we play again is a different story because I would know a little bit more, right? Again, I started to figure out things in the second half. I bring that up because I also played Notre Dame for the first time this year.
But I'll watch the
And
film, but like he said, it's different when you on the field.
I ran plays that he was completely prepared for, flat
Hmm.
out prepared for. Like, and I know he was prepared for him from watching games. And I don't put a lot of games up, but when I do put them up, you're going to see the stuff that I repeat a lot. And I say that to say preparation is everything, right? But it's nothing like live bullets. Um, and I think that, I think Auburn is having a great season this year, and he's showing who he is. Somebody I knew who he was when I brought him over here from Double R. I knew what the fuck it was going to be. But I do think that missing them all Alabama games might play a role if he don't get his film study on. And again, it's one thing seeing it and watching it and preparing for it, but to have to deal with it live and in action is a different story. Um, I think they're having a great season. And this is a good shit year, right? But I think he got to make this. I didn't get lucky this season. This is who I am. Do you agree?
Definitely, I said that on our last John. That like it's got to be consistent. I think that's the part where like I was able to laugh with it, talk some shit back, laugh with it, say things I gotta say, but it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I was telling Antonio today, like that shit just comes with the territory. Like it really does just come with the territory. And when you really embrace it, that's how you know that you really like it ain't just because I'm winning. Like I'm embracing that shit because like I told niggas before, I really live for that shit. That shit is fun. If you're not gonna talk shit and be able to back that shit up, it will get boring seeing the same niggas do the same thing to you every time.
Ohio State been having a great year all year long. That he possibly could have killed himself in a sense with a loss late to Washington in conference play 28-31. I think the score tells you everything about Ohio State. But the score also tells a lot about how this game went. I don't think it tells you a lot about Washington. It tells you more about Ohio State and the will that happened in this game for Washington to win it. So, Max, I'll ask you, 31-28, three-point ball game. Kavion Bryant came out in this game with 106 QBR, 217 throwing the football. He threw one touchdown in this game, first 3 INTs. 44 completion percentage, 19.7 yards a pop in this ball game. He was sacked one time. That's not good football being played by a quarterback that is asked to lead his team to a championship. What this says, does this say more about the quarterback just not having a bad game, or is this concerning?
Um, I think I think he just had a bad game. I think the Washington coach was again putting this game very high for him. Was very prepared probably.
Mm-hmm.
They're familiar opponents in general with them just being boys. I think this is just one of those bad games. Definitely one of those bad games, and it looked like it got ugly. Probably another guy that just should have got pulled, honestly. And sometimes we forget that. Like I said, when it's your guy, it's your quarterback, sometimes you forget it's college still. Like sometimes you got to pull niggas. You got to tell niggas like, yo, it's not happening, bro.
He led Ohio State in rushing yards with 6 carries, 79 yards. He averaged 13 yards a pop. He fumbled in this game, so he had 4 turnovers in this game. 2 touchdowns himself. Ghost didn't show up, 8 carries, 46 yards, but they didn't run the ball enough at all, in my opinion, to lose this game by 3. It wasn't enough running going on. And then when it came out of the receiver room, really wasn't that happening. I think that's the struggle of the quarterback more than anything. But Washington had 2 100-yard receivers and a guy almost having 100 yards in their other wide receiver. They went crazy throwing the football. If you're Washington, right, you came out of this game flinging that bitch around the park. You threw 18 completions. You threw the ball 29 times. 62 completion percentage. But you did throw 4 interceptions in this ball game. Mike Bosby won the football game, and because he won, you'll ignore those turnovers, but I can't ignore them. So my question to you is, what did Washington learn about his quarterback in this ball game?
Shit, I mean, the percentage is a little bit better, so I would say maybe some of these throws could be just either a little bit sooner, or you just need to tuck and run a little bit more. Especially with like the natural, and like you be able to play in all these conditions, like away, the natural. You got the off platform. You just got to limit, because 18 for 29, not even like bad for real. 20 yards down the field, so it's just like maybe draw back some of that aggressiveness. But it looks like he's got a good quarterback.
I think he got a really good quarterback. I do think they need to play caution tail with him. Like you can't expect to throw 4 interceptions in games and win them all, right? Like I think the struggle of Ohio State's offense is the reason why he still won this ball game. Because think about it like this: most guys you throw 4 picks to or turn the ball over 4 or 5 times in a game, you're getting blown the fuck out. And yeah, like Coach Antonio is one of those teams that'll blow you the fuck out if you turn the ball over like that. But for some reason, this game didn't happen that way.
I mean, get the turnovers back. That's why I was able to say. If Antonio only has 2 turnovers, this would be like a 56-31 ball game.
Yep, that's where I was getting at. So I know you'd be on point. It's one thing to have a co-host, but a nigga that knows what the fuck going on changes everything in your show when we podcast, bitch. That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah, this shit would have been ugly if Antonio only threw 2 interceptions.
And the fact that he barely ran the football tells me the respect level he had. He was trying to throw the ball around the park too.
And then that too, I was about to say, Antonio definitely could have ran his way out and back into the game if he really wanted to, I feel like, as well.
Because if he playing you, he got 25 carries at least.
If he comes out throwing 4 picks, yeah. If he playing me in a regular setting and his quarterback is doing fine, I probably get somewhere between like 16 and 20.
Yep. On the average. I think he came in this game wanting to dog walk the shit out of Washington, and it just backfired.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
But if you're Washington, what do you take out of this game going forward? Because this is a big win for your program, right?
It's a big win, but like how you got the win is where I feel like you said, you really got to go into the nitpicks and be like who stepped, how they stepped, why. Can you carry that into next year? Because at this point,
it's up right now. Like, and I like where guys are and what's going on right now. When you look at the schedule right now, what we got left on the remaining schedule, we are in week 11 right now. When you look at the ACC, Louisville has Stanford, North Carolina played, Clemson played, Georgia Tech played, Florida State, Notre Dame played, Arkansas. They're not ranked, so they can get that. All right, so North Carolina and Miami. What's the word on that game? If y'all watching, need to know something ASAP. Baylor, TCU played. Baylor went there, struck business, 62-21. Is Baylor for real this year? Arizona State beat the brakes off of West Virginia. Texas Tech, Colorado beat the brakes off of Arizona State. All right, Nebraska, Penn State, Ohio State, Purdue played. UCLA, Indiana played. Oregon didn't play yet. What's going on? Chase, I know you watching because you text me about your 5-star quarterback you got. Better knock that game out, cuzzo. Michigan State don't really, he ain't ranked, so he played it though. Okay, he played. USC didn't play Northwestern, and Washington is playing Rutgers right now. And the SEC play, Ole Miss played Oklahoma, Texas A&M, force. Texas, Georgia, force. Auburn played. Auburn went over 87-31. He went over. Somebody got sick. Arkansas already gave him the win. Tennessee, Alabama, they are locked in right now.
Can you just check that game, see if there's anything I could just easily point out? I'm not sure to play already.
Stats or just box score?
Yeah.
3 touchdowns from the quarterback.
No, not here.
Running back, 249, 5 touchdowns. He ain't go over there. Receivers, 106. He ain't go over nothing here. He just went over in the score.
All right.
And it was probably defensive. It was probably defensively. I'll tell you right now. Scored a touchdown on defense.
Wait, so people can play CPU 3 times but draw line at score?
Yeah, but I don't know who played the CPU 3 times, and the guys that did play it multiple times, they got proof on why they had to play it. So don't just think niggas just saying shit to be saying shit, bro. Don't do that. You went the fuck over, bottom line.
Nah,
Bad be lucky you playing a computer team because you just went the fuck over. Simple as that. So if shit get done or somebody got shit, you got shit somebody. Now, if you got somebody that played it 3 times and I can't see it, or we don't know about it, we'll take care of it. But as of right now, anybody that played that shit multiple times, they sent me something to show me why they had to play it multiple times.
Bet.
We ain't gonna be unfair, bro. Some shit we just don't pay attention to, but we talking about shit right now, so let's pay attention, because you'd have got that shit right off, and we'd have never thought twice to look at it again. But we're going through schedules right now, so you just saw it. All right, so who we waiting on? Alabama? Are we really just waiting on Miami and NC State? Find out if they playing that game. With that being said, we will catch y'all on the next show. We'll holla when we holla. You heard? Down.